Welcome to the Postgraduate Discovery Month recorded sessions. This recorded session is on student support and learning at Salford. What the recording will cover is the student support at Salford, so our askUs and careers team supporting you through your time at university, additional support for your lectures, assignments and exams, what our wellbeing, counselling and healthcare on campus looks like, as well as our faith centre on campus. We'll also cover studying and commuting spaces on campus, such as the library, social learning spaces for our students, our commuter hubs, and other spaces on campus. askUs is at the core of our student support service, offering information and advice on matters such as finance, wellbeing and counselling, disability and inclusion services, careers, accommodation support, money advice and fund services, and so much more. Once you're a student here at Salford, if you have any worries or concerns or need advice on any particular topics, askUs should be your first stop. You'll find that at University House on Peel Park campus, which is also home to the Student Union, as well as on the third floor of our Media City campus. Careers and employability here at Salford. We have a dedicated careers and employability team, as well as employability advisors. They are there to ensure that you have a smooth transition from your academic career into your professional career. They offer you careers advice, weekly live masterclasses including CV writing, interview skills and much more, bookable drop-in one-to-ones where the support session offers you one-to-one advice on how to apply for a job, where you can find jobs, as well as interview skills, doing mock interviews with yourself, and also finding your strengths and weaknesses. There is also the opportunity for you to find a job and access advantage, which is our unique job finding site. There you can find out if you would like to apply to any of our partnerships or anything along those lines, where you can even find your graduate roles, any entrepreneurships or even volunteering opportunities. The employability team events include careers fairs. We have 5 careers fairs throughout the year, one dedicated to each school, and then an additional one where all schools can attend. This is where you can find any of those graduate roles, any further jobs, any entrepreneurships opportunities, something within your field. You can even think about if you want to do further education, even more into PhDs. All of those are represented there at the careers fair. So the student support at Salford includes your teaching support, your exam and assessments, adjustments, reasonable adjustment plans, student progression, administrator, as well as financial advice. Our Disability Inclusion Service is here to support you throughout your studies. The team of advisors are proud to offer an inclusive and accessible service, where they are based at University House and are part of the askUs support service. They provide specialist advice to prospective and current students. Before you make your choice to which university you want to attend, you're welcome to discuss the support options with them. So if Salford is somewhere where you're thinking about coming to, you can discuss your support options with them prior to even making an application. We aim to enable you to access your studies and perform academically to the best of your abilities. We can provide assistance with applying for supporting funding, for example, our disability students allowance, advice about reasonable adjustments, including for teaching, field trips, placements and access, as well as arrangement for your assessments, including examinations and assignments. We have inclusive and accessible teaching adjustments for all of our students to remove the barriers to learning and enhancing your learning experience and enable you to independently develop graduate skills during your studies here. These adjustments are also particularly useful to our students with disabilities and specific learning difficulties. For example, some of these include academic tutorials, which are offered by all of our tutors with designated office hours and throughout scheduled appointments. At these tutorials, you can discuss your studies and any study-related issues that you may be experiencing on your course, and they will then adjust and ensure that you will feel more comfortable during your academic studies. There's also the opportunity for you to do note-taking, so where course material will be available on Blackboard at least a minimum of 24 hours, if not more, in advance of your scheduled lessons. So that way you can start making notes and putting down questions or anything along those lines if you need. You also have the opportunity to record your sessions. So tutors will permit you to record your sessions with your own recording device. You also have the opportunity for a reasonable adjustment plan. During an appointment with a disability inclusion advisor, a reasonable adjustment plan, also known as an RAP, will be created. The RAP will be a detailed reasonable adjustments and identify any barriers or difficulties that your chosen course may present. It will be distributed with your consent to agreed university staff, such as your tutors, program leads, or even your personal tutor, so that your course can become more accessible to you. So this will also include any in-class support that you may need, anything for labs, studio, specific equipment that you may need, or even technology support. Then we also have our student progression administrators who are there to offer you one-on-one guidance throughout the progression of your year. So if you're doing something part-time or you're doing a master's degree that lasts longer than a year, they are there to talk you through how you can progress throughout each year. Additionally, if you are doing a one-year master's course, they will talk to you about your progression through trimester to trimester. Lastly, we have that financial advice, which covers disability allowance as well as childcare and dependent adult grants, and any other financial advice you may need for your support throughout your studies here at Salford. Your well-being is just as important as the academic side of your university life. Wellbeing counselling are here to help you succeed in your studies and in your life by giving you tips of taking care of yourself, as well as teaching you ways to manage your well-being and provide information on how you can look after yourself but also your peers. Within the well-being, there might be many times at universities when you need to speak to somebody because you need support with a personal issue or you need somebody just to listen to you. It may be a worry that you feel you can't discuss with family, with friends, or even your tutor. If something has happened in your life or is affecting your day-to-day, whether you deem it big or small, you can meet with a well-being advisor to talk it over or be supported and referred to more acute mental health services where appropriate. Our well-being advisors do not judge you. They work in a highly confidential setting and help you to look at the issues you are facing and offer support, listen, or help you find the best solution that works for you. They differ from counsellors in a way that they don't offer therapeutic sessions or counsel. They have good knowledge on mental health but are not able to diagnose mental health conditions, so you can discuss personal issues regarding your mental health with a well-being advisor. They will offer you a space to explore them, supporting you by looking at your options and help you take any next steps. With regards to our counselling, so when we find ourselves facing problems or difficulties, it can often be helpful to talk to somebody in those situations and with another person. So our counselling can specifically provide you with an opportunity to talk through your problems in a confidential settings with one of our approved counsellors who has the professional skills and the experience to help you work through your problems. Talking with a counsellor can help you explore your problems, gain clarity on your situation, and develop a deeper understanding of yourself. At Salford, you can access counselling with our on-site counselling site. So we have an on-site counselling clinic as during the business hours, but then we also have a student care first 24/7 phone line that you could use. Our counsellors help you on your personal journey to understanding yourself. They do not offer guidance or advice, and they are guided by and adhere to the British Associate for Counsellors and Psychotherapists, so the BACP, for Ethical Framework of Counselling Professions. If you currently are seeking and seeing a counsellor, this is something that you can discuss with them as well. For further information, we recommend emailing wellbeing@salford.ac.uk if this is something that you need to talk with or set up prior to attending Salford. We also offer some healthcare on campus. We have a registered GP within our Maxwell building, which you can register with if you don't already have a registered GP. They offer you very quick appointments and it is like your regular GP. It is the Langworthy Medical Practice and University Health Centre. We also offer various medical centres, including obviously having your appointments and your prescriptions, but we also have a physiotherapy team on site where you can go and see a physiotherapist. They also offer sport massages. They support you with long-term injuries. If you've had, like, for example, knee injuries or anything like that, you're welcome to go and see them as well. Additionally, we also have our student-run specialist medical clinics available. Lastly, we have our dedicated Faith Centre on campus that is open exclusively to students and staff, regardless of your beliefs. We offer unique spaces for group worship, private prayer, personal reflection, social activities, pastoral support, and relaxation. Our facilities can be accessed by staff and students only using your university ID card. The Faith Centre is currently open from 8:30 to 9:30 in the evening, Monday to Friday at the time of recording. To find out more about who you can go and speak to at the Faith Centre and any of those kind of services that we offer, such as regular meetings and services, you can contact the Faith Centre at salford.ac.uk, or you can head to our webpage and type in Faith Centre and find out more. This takes us to our study and commuter spaces on campus, where I'll be going through the library services and support for parents, social learning spaces for group and individual studies, commuter hubs and common rooms, and other spaces on and around campus. We have two library facilities that students can use at Salford. The first is the Clifford Whitworth building, and the second is the Media City Library. The Clifford Whitworth Library is our main library and hosts our main collection of books. It is open 24/7 and staffed from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, and you are able to ask our staff any library-related questions. It is based on Peel Park campus and is accessible in the evenings and on weekends by presenting your student ID. You also have the opportunity at Clifford Whitworth Library to book collaborative rooms, as well as quiet spaces and a parent room, which I will get into later. But you can also walk in. There are plenty of spaces where you can study open or booked rooms. The library has PCs and Macs available for on-site study and offers laptop and Mac loans where required. We offer you laptop loans of up to a week, and you do have the opportunity to extend that if there is no need for the laptop to be returned. So for example, if there's not a high demand, you're able to renew your loan on the library website. We also have access to a tech bar for any IT issues that you might have and an inquiries desk, as well as an accessibility library support, which is available and includes specialist software. So for example, we have accessible printers, photocopiers, scanners, we have an ergonomic chair loans if you need those, we have an RNIB bookshare, and so much more. There are also lots of support with WordScope, MathScope, IT skills. There's also workshops that go on to support research, writing papers or dissertations, as well as how you should research and how you should reference those researches in your dissertation. The library also contains a refreshment room, which is ideal for relaxing, unwinding, and as well eating and preparing food that you've brought from home. It also has a cafe inside, and right next door to the library is a convenience store for anything that you may have forgotten. Then we come to our Media City Library. It is our state-of-the-art facility at Media City campus, and it offers an open library Monday to Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and is closed on Sundays. You'll find core books and journals for courses based at Media City. It is accessible in the evenings and on the weekends, so on that Saturday, by presenting your student ID card. They allow walk-ins, but they also have collaborative spaces where you can sit and work with your peers. The library has PCs and Macs available for on-site study and offers laptops and Mac loans as well. Again, you do have access to an inquiries desk here as well, who will offer you the opportunity to ask any questions that you may have. As well, this library is an accessible library, so it supports any accessibility needs where you may need specialist software or any specialist equipment, as I've mentioned before. Going back to the Clifford Whitworth Library, this is the library plan downstairs for it. In particular, it is for the library parent and child study room. So this room is located on the ground floor of the Clifford Whitworth Library and is bookable for students who may need to have their children with them while they study. So you're able to book this room, and it comes with children's books, colouring books, colourful posters, anything to help keep your child occupied while the parent studies. You will be able to have the room equipped with a PC, desks, projector, whiteboard, but also in the library just next to that, we have a whole section on children's book that you can either book out or you can take into the room for your child to peruse. So that will take us to our social spaces on campus. There are 3 main learning spaces outside of the library that you can use to study. One of them is on Peel Park, but you also have some on Frederick Road. And these basically are an addition to our library, where these are learning spaces that you may want to use to have more of an open and collaborative working experience. But also, if you want to book any individual pods, these give you the opportunity to do so as well. So for example, on Peel Park, we have a learning space in Lady Hale called the Cube, and we also have the Worker Bee in Chapman. And on Frederick Road, there is the Allerton Learning Space, which is called the Beehive. So we'll kick off with the Cube and the Worker Bee. These are both based on Peel Park. So for example, the Cube, that is located on the ground floor of Lady Hale, offering lots of space to study with a group of peers in the walk-in booths that you can have, but also there's some collaborative booths that you can rent out for a specific session. And if you're looking to do some solo work, there's also the single study pods that you can book out if you want to be doing some studying by yourself outside of the library. Additionally, on the first floor, you can access more study booths and bookable seminar rooms, which are ideal for group projects. For example, if you need to do a group presentation, this is a perfect environment to practice those in. You will have access to whiteboards, charging points, projectors, and much more. You'll also be able to find laptop lockers where you can participate in the laptop loans. This is specifically in the Worker Bee at the top floor. They have the option for you to engage with the laptop loans. And you can also extend your loans, as I've mentioned before, as it allows. Then in Allerton, so that is on Frederick Road campus, you have the Beehive. It's located next to the Allerton restaurant, and it adds the 4 existing study spaces on Peel Park. So the new study space has relaxation offers, but it also additionally offers bookable rooms with screens and a breakout space for active and collaborative learning. The Beehive features collaborative hubs and sealed off areas for group work. So you'll be able to book those rooms or walk into some of the spaces as you require. There's also lockers there where you can keep your belongings safe, and again, you'll be able to access the laptop loans here too. Moving on to the commuter spaces and commuter rooms that we have available. On campus, we have a lot of chill out spaces and comfortable seating zones for our commuting students. On Frederick Road, for example, we have the Allerton space where we have Allerton restaurant where you can relax, but also there's more on Peel Park as well, where we have our common rooms that have everything you need to pass the time between lectures. Anything from solo and group study spaces to a lounge with a TV, a kitchenette, microwaves, fridges, gender and gender neutral toilets, as well as accessible toilets, lockers, charging points, games, and pool tables. For example, on within the School of Business, you'll have a whole section area where you can sit, eat, prepare your food, even use the fridge. We have hot water taps where you can make a quick hot brew. Within Media City campus on each floor, we have accessible kitchenettes as well as kosher kitchenettes if that is something that you require. And in the C building as well, on most of the floors, we will have accessible kitchenettes with relaxing rooms where you can just relax. Within the Sam CT and Lady Hale, we have those breakout study rooms, but also rooms where you can just relax and sit downstairs. And then we would move on to the other spaces on campus. So Peel Park is right on your doorstep and is open to all students, staff and members of the public. So in the summer times, there's a lot of buzz going on at this park, and it's really beautiful in the autumn time as well when you see the leaves colours change. There are a lot of people use it to study, but then there's also fun activities like the pink picnics in the summers. Some people do barbecue or bring their dogs or bring their children along here. There is a jungle gym on the park as well, so you will see lots of people walking around, and it is always really lovely to kind of take a break from your studies and have a walk around the park. There is also the Salford Museum on site, which is free for everybody to use. It has a mixture of paintings, exhibits and activities, which is fun for the full family. Whether you wish to stroll around yourself, bring your family or friends along, it does make a lovely day out, especially in the rainy weather, which Manchester is known for. In Media City, you do have the quays right on your doorstep as well. So you can stroll along the canal or go and enjoy one of the many activities the quays has to offer, such as the Lowry Theatre, the Imperial War Museum, or you can just go out for a bite to eat at the cargo market. There are plenty of cafes and restaurants on Peel Park as well as Frederick Road. You have Subway, Allerton Starbucks, you have the old fire station, you have Media City Cafe and so much more. We also have our own pub or bar on site, which is called Atmosphere, which a lot of our students use. Thank you so very much for watching this recording. I hope you have a very lovely day. If you have any inquiries or any questions throughout your time, feel free to contact the inquiry service team on 0161 295 4545. Alternatively, you can email them at inquiries@salford.ac.uk. If you want, you can also follow us on social media on Instagram, Facebook, X and TikTok. Have a lovely day, and again thank you for watching this recorded video.